Trump signs bill backing Hong Kong protesters into law, in spite of Beijing's objections.
Here's a summary of the article.
President Donald Trump has signed 2 bills supporting the Hong Kong protesters into law on Wednesday, according to a White House statement. The first bill would require the State Department to certify once a year that Hong Kong is sufficiently autonomous to retain its special U.S. trading consideration, a status that helps its economy. The second measure would bar the sale of munitions such as tear gas and rubber bullets to Hong Kong police. Hong Kong, a former British colony returned to Chinese rule in 1997, has been engulfed in months of anti-government protests. Republican Senator Marco Rubio, one of the sponsors of the Hong Kong Rights Bill, said he applauds Trump for signing this critical legislation into law. The U.S. now has new and meaningful tools to deter further influence and interference from Beijing into Hong Kong's internal affairs. Following last weekend's historic elections in Hong Kong that included record turnout, this new law could not be more timely in showing strong U.S. support for Hong Kongers' long-cherished freedoms, Rubio said in a statement. Over the weekend, Hong Kong Democrats swept district council elections as 2.94 million cast their ballots, a record turnout of about 71.2%. This is breaking news.
This post received a score of 82,322, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
SIAC Here's what the bill does. The first bill would require the State Department to certify once a year that Hong Kong is sufficiently autonomous to retain its special U.S. trading consideration, a status that helps its economy. Under that designation, the city is not subject to the tariffs that have been levied on China. The bill also sets up the potential for sanctions on people responsible for human rights abuse in Hong Kong.
Also bans the sale of crowd, riot control products to Hong Kong law enforcement.
Would China buy that from the U.S. at the moment?
Yes. Non-Lethal Technologies, an American company, came under fire earlier just last month for supplying tear gas to Hong Kong police.
So stopping the export license given by the government. Be nice if that'll extrapolate to all weapon sales. Not sure why the company would come under fire. I couldn't see when they sold it to the Hong Kong government.
I don't understand, wouldn't banning less than lethal force just result in lethal force being used?
I think they call that war.
Well, when only one side has guns, they call it a massacre.
She calls it, what massacre?
Tiananmen Square 2, the massacre of Hundred Acre Woods.
This is a shockingly normal and reasonable statement coming from the president?
Someone else wrote it, 100%. However, I fully support it, and I'm glad he signed it, and this is a win for America and Hong Kong. Hopefully it's the first step in the right direction.
Someone else wrote everything any president has said for the last 50 years.
Everything that the president is supposed to say, probably. This guy in particular is known for going off script fairly regularly.
It's funny to pretend that Trump is perfectly on script.
Imagining a bunch of speechwriters coming up with Trump's nuclear speech made me chuckle.
I'm imagining it as a couple of young bucks that got their start following Let's Go to Classes videos.
I fucking love this guy. Haven't seen his videos in so long and it brightened my day to hear, and now we're gonna take a hit of our salvia.
Greater than haven't seen his videos in so long. Clearly you're unaware of his channel internet comment etiquette.
A decision that everyone from across the political spectrum can agree on. Fuck Shi the Poo.
I prefer to call him Zitler. Less memes, but more accurate.
Am I supposed to pronounce it like Shitler?
Yes, you a smiley face.
Everyone liked that. This and the fact that Epstein didn't kill himself are literally the only things we can all unanimously agree on.
Don't forget the animal cruelty bill. Anti, not pro, that sounds like more of a China thing.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.